Alright, so in this video we're going to try to find the derivative of the function that is on the screen, and so this is a pretty clear application of the product rule. So I'm going to do my first function, which is x squared, multiply by the derivative of the second function, so this guy being the second function. So I need to use the chain rule. And actually, when we do the chain rule, the derivative of the inside is just 1, because we do the derivative of x and the derivative of 2. So when I do the chain rule, I'm using my generalized power rule, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside, but that's just 1, so wouldn't really have to write that if you don't want to. And then plus, now we do the derivative of the first, which is 2x, multiply by the derivative of the first, 2x, multiply by the second function, which is just x minus 2 to the fourth. Now there's a nice trick for factoring that will help us, I think, a lot in simplifying this. Rather than multiplying everything out, what I'm going to do is look at this first term, and within this first term I see 3 factors of x minus 2. And then in the second term I've got 4 factors of x minus 2. So I'm going to pull out, since each of the 2 terms contains at least 3 factors of x minus 2, I'm going to pull those out. So I'm going to pull out 3 here and 3 here. I'm going to take those to the front. And then what would be left, I'd have x squared times 4, or 4x squared. And then I'd have this 2x, and still 1 factor of x minus 2. Okay, so I can leave that x minus 2 to the third out front. And then what would be in the brackets, I'm just going to change those to parentheses, so that'd be 4x squared plus 2x squared minus 4x. And okay, so actually back up here I could have, in addition to pulling out an x minus 2 cubed, I could have pulled out a common factor of 2 and another common factor of x, but that's okay. We'll get it down here in our next step, because when I add these terms together, this is 6x squared minus 4x, and now I can see here these 2 terms have a common factor of 2 and x. So out of this term and this term, I'm going to pull a 2x, and I'm going to pull it all the way to the front. And what would that leave me with? 3x here and 2 there. So again, I could have pulled that 2x out at the beginning, and that would have been fine as well, but it works its way out either way. So I think that should be our fully simplified answer for the derivative.